Hey, you! I need you to hit the subscribe button below.
We all black, we all the same. We all coming from the same forefather, which is Jacob. We all come from Adam, made from the dust of the ground. Dust of the ground got many different shades of brown. Right. All right? Puerto Rican actually means rich port. You know why? Because Columbus went there, raped the women, raped the island, and called it, this is a rich port. Yeah. Conquistador means conqueror, the Spanish conquerors. That's what I would be. If I call her Puerto Rican, I'd be disrespecting her right now. Calling her a rich port. Calling you African American. Calling you a Negro. Calling you Afro. I said, damn haircut. They mean tell me I'm a haircut American? Right. That's a lie that's been told to us. The Bible pinpoints who we are. We go in the Bible, we find out that Christ is back. Jesus Cristo is Negro. We're going to read it. We can read out the Bible right now. He's a dark-skinned man. What's the biggest religion for, let's say, Hispanics? Catholicism. Why? Where is this picture at? We don't have the picture right here. We don't have the picture right here. There's one where he's holding it. Yeah, it is right here. This is where, come on, work with me right here. Hold this up for me. This is where the Hispanics got their religion right here. By putting him on the stage, putting the cross and say, you either believe what I say, believe in this lie right there, or we're gonna burn at the stake. What did he choose? What did he choose? I'd rather die than disrespect my God.
That's what's gonna happen.
I'd rather die than claim this white man right here who's killing me. Deuteronomy 27 verse 1. We're gonna show you, give me 10 minutes, I'm gonna show you who you are in this Bible. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27. Verse 1,
bring it out.
And Moses with the elders of Israel. And Moses with the elders of Israel. So Moses talking to who? The Israelites, right? Keep reading. Commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. It's saying, keep the commandments, right? Read Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. So Moses talking to the Israelites, right? You see that clear. He ain't talking to nobody else. Read. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. If thou wilt not hearken, if the Israelites will not listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, read. To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. He said, if you don't listen to the voice of thy God and keep the commandments, all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. Curse is a bad thing, right? The whole post over here. Curse is a bad thing, right? Lift that up. Lift it up right here. This is what you got in your bag, right? This is what you lift it up. This is what you got in your bag right there. These are the fringes. The Indians knew who they was. Indians knew who they was. What was they not doing? They wasn't keeping all God's commandments. You can put it down. He said, if you don't keep the commandments, curse is gonna come upon us. How did we get to this country? How did we get here? So-called African Americans, how did we get here? The Mayflower, all right? Read verse 45 and verse 46. So, if Israel don't keep the commandments, bad things are going to happen to them. Read. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee. Moreover, all these curses will come upon thee and shall pursue thee. Read verse 46. Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign. And they shall be upon thee for a sign. What is that saying? And what's the day shall be upon thee for a sign? The curses. See, God right now, a lot of people, we talk to people, we got churches all over the world. We talk to people every day. A lot of people cannot catch it the way y'all catching it. You know why? The Bible says many are called, but few are chosen. You gotta know when God, that's it right there. My sheep shall hear my voice. Christ said that. God is connecting with y'all right now. Do we connect with everybody? No, that's a sad thing. Everybody ain't going to heaven.
Some people be like,
Some people gotta go to hell. Some people gotta pay the price for sin.
Some people are examples.
Exactly. Some people are examples of what not to do. We can read this to other people all day long. They ain't catching it. Y'all catching it just like that. Because it ain't no deep, high thinking. It's like common sense when you're reading it. He said the curse is going to be upon you for a sign. What does a sign do?
Show you.
Show you? Exactly.
Reveal.
So you know that's going to be done by that sign, right? So the curse is going to be upon the Israelite for a sign to show who the Israelites are. You said we got hit by the Mayflower, right? Well, when we got here, what happened to us? When we got here, what happened to us? Slavery, right? Let's read out the Bible. Read verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shall thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
It says, therefore shall you serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. Why did the Lord send the enemies against us?
Because we didn't obey it.
We just read in 15. If you don't keep the commandments, curse will come upon us. That's why we living the way we live right now, because we as the people didn't obey back then all the way up until now. All right? Read it again.
Verse 48. Therefore shall thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness.
At that time, we went to them for food, water, and clothing, right? What about now? Adidas. Who makes that? Does your brother make that? Even if what I'm wearing right now, my brother make this? What brother did? Puffy owns Sean John, right? Does he really own it?
No, because he doesn't own the cotton.
Exactly. He don't own no cotton field, no silk fields. His name is the face for them to still make money. Now,
Yes.
we are supposed to have black businesses. As best we can, we're supposed to have our own. But this is a curse saying no matter what, we still in America, they're going to own this land right here. So as much as I want to support you, I'm going to do it. You have a business, but in the back of my mind, I already know until that black Messiah come back, it ain't going to be 100% ours. That's what we're waiting on. And it's going to happen. You see what's going on today? It's going to happen. The vaccine is just one thing. All this corona stuff is just one thing. What's crazy about it, right? When corona first came out, blacks and Hispanics, we was clowning. You know why? Well, we weren't catching it. We weren't catching it. What they do? They trick you in a way so them niggas in them spits ain't catching. We gotta make sure they get it.
Yes. And not to interrupt, but they tripled it. First it was old people, then it was us, then it was younger
Young people.
then now it's the kids. How are they?
Who had it first? The Chinese man.
Yeah.
Then white folks. Then we dance, we party. They trick us in out. We gotta make sure they get it. But we the ones who we trying to pop. Population control is for us.
That's right.
Are they trying to kill all of us? No. Why are they not trying to kill all of us? Well, you're on point.
They need slaves.
You're on point. But all of us is not going to get killed, because they still want people to work them fields, work them terrible jobs. They still need us for that.
Recruit other slaves.
Y'all identifying what this Bible is talking about.
That's
So
right.
let's get back to proving who you are. All right? So it said, keep reading on this.
And in want of all things.
One of all things. You want toilet paper, you want a tampon, you want anything you want right now, we going to them.
Yep.
Read it.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
He said he should put a yoke of iron upon our necks until he had destroyed it. Who this happened to?
Us.
The so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native American, the natives.
That's right.
That's a different thing, Native American Indian. I'm going to call you that. You was here first. I'm calling you Native American Indian.
Right.
He said put a yoke of iron upon our necks until he have destroyed us. But we still here. What does that mean?
He still loves us.
He said he's going to do it till he destroy us. What is that? But we still here. What do you think that means? That would make the God be a lie. He said he's going to do it till he destroys us.
I think he wants to destroy the part in us that doesn't obey.
You close. You real close. Remember, he said he's going to do it till he destroy us. I'm going to read verse 37. You're going to get it. Read verse 37.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37.
Bring it out.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
And astonishment means amazing thing. When they see us dancing, doing all that stuff like that, they look at us like, man, that nigga pants all the way down to his knees. I'm astonished at that. He said, you're going to become an astonishment, a byword, and a proverb. A byword, I'm sure what a byword is. African American, Afro-American,
Right.
Puerto Rican. That's a byword. That ain't your name.
Right. Levi.
So you ain't crazy, bro. You know you're learning. You ain't fist bump. You ain't crazy. I told him earlier, he ain't no Haitian. He's from the tribe of Levi.
That's right.
You can play crazy all you want to, but you ain't crazy. Don't just strip your brothers right here. They're learning. You need to learn some more too, bro. All right, so that's a byword, right? Now remember, he said he's going to do it till he destroyed us, right? What does that mean, destroy us? I'm going to tell you what that means. I'm going to give you one more chance. What does that mean?
Oh, wait. I thought that was my phone going. I was going to turn it off, but it's not.
I got you.
That's what you said.
So remember, he said he's going to do it till he destroy us.
Yeah.
We just went over a byword means African American, Afro-American, Puerto Rican. So what does that destroy us mean? Because we still here.
Destroy the...
No, I'm going to tell you, I'm getting the answer.
Okay.
We destroy mentally. We call ourselves African American, Puerto Rican, but we're destroyed.
Yeah.
That's what destroyed means. So you know what I mean? We're going to wipe us out. We calling ourselves real nigga, five, Haitian, Jamaican, West Indian. They call him West Indian. They call you African American. They call him Haitian. He's a so-called Haitian, so-called West Indian, so-called Jamaican, so-called, yeah. But really it's Ephraim, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. That's what
right.
God
That's
calls
right.
us.
That's right.
Judah means God prays.
Right.
Benjamin means son of the right.
Right.
It says Ephraim is a fruitful bough. A lot of Hispanics, what? They don't even have a lot of big families, a lot of children.
That's
True or
right.
not true? Ain't a bad thing, but they give it to us as a stereotype.
But it's a good thing.
It's a good thing according to God. Ephraim is a fruitful bough. Means they're going to be able to have many children. Where we're going right now, sister, our true nationality according to the Bible. Remember how we get here? You said Mayflower, right? We're reading more in the Bible. We read Yokes of Iron in the Bible, right? You read that. Remember, this is written way back in Moses' time. How can what he wrote come to true and what happened? Read Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Bring you into Egypt again with ships. Give me what the word Egypt means. Egypt, you think it's a place, right? Okay, we're going to read the Bible. You tell me what is God. The Bible defines its own words. Tell me what Egypt means when we read this verse.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
The last part.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So what the word Egypt means? Read that bottom part again. She caught it. He said, I brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So in this description, Egypt means bondage.
That's right.
Just like I can go in this Bible right now and show you that the word world doesn't mean the same thing every single time. The word world, sometimes the Bible means only to the Israelites, sometimes it means the whole universe. I can show you that easily. That's a lie of John 3:16. You know that verse, God so loved the world. You might say 45:17 real quick. Let's go cover this real quick. God so loved the world, right? That's what it says, right? We're going to show you what world he was talking about. Isaiah 45, verse 17. I'll show you real quick.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. He shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end.
What?
World without end.
Israel, world without end. That's what God so loved the world.
That's
He's
right.
talking about the Israelites.
That's right.
Matthew 15, verse 24. That's the Old Testament. Right? Oh, you can say that's the Old Testament. Let's see who Christ came to say when he came here. Let's see what Christ, when you get in the Bible, you see the words in red. That's the word that Christ actually said. Let's see what Christ said, who he came to save. Read.
Matthew chapter 15 and verse 24.
Bring it out.
But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. of the house of Israel.
That's right.
He said, I am not sent but to the lost sheep. Lost, we are nationality. We don't want that lost. We don't know who we are. The lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's
what
right.
He came for. Think about it. Now, if you send your girl to the store, right, and she go in the store, and she said, I was only sent to get some candy. Who sent you? He did, right? So Christ said, I'm sent. Who sent Christ? God. That came from God. I mean, God said, I'm trying to send you to get my people.
Teach.
The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The Israelites. The ones who fit these curses. The one who the signs upon that they're going to go through all the oppression, all the slavery, and guess what? We're still going to be here doing our thing, living our life, teaching our people, raising our kids, loving our wives. We still here, bro. You can't take us out. God ain't going to let it happen. No matter what he do, we are still going to survive as a people.
That's right.
Our thing is to be in that chosen number.
That's right.
Because everybody ain't going to make it. Our people, everybody going to make it. Everybody that's within these tribes right here, they ain't going to make it.
A lot of people like to change. They like to change.
Yeah, mentally right now. That's what happened to Abraham Lincoln, Emancipated Proclamation. He was like, well, slaves ain't going nowhere. They killed their neck. Did we go anywhere? No. We stayed here, went through the Jim Crow era, went through getting beat, fire hose. That's what happened. Getting lynched, still getting lynched today. What are we out here doing now? We out here showing our people love. Come on, bro. You disrespecting the flow, bro. Levi, pull your pants up, bro. We're gonna be out here showing love to our people, bro. This is what love is. Love ain't hooking you up on a pound of weed. I'm gonna show me love, man. He gave me it for the low. What do you think love nowadays?
Yes, sir. One love.
Love is showing our people who they are in the Bible and letting them know that the sins they in, so we can change and get up out of here.
Yes, sir.
Or change, have a better life until Christ come back. I don't know when he's coming back. Might not come back for the next 50 years. My purpose to not try to get my own business, not try to raise the kids up the right way. I'm supposed to just not do any of that until he comes back. No, I'm supposed to do that until he comes back. Keep reading verse 68.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Put that down and hold that.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
In the house of bondage again with ships. You go through this whole Bible, you will never see the Israelites going back into Egypt on a slave ship. Why would they? Israel and Egypt right next to them. Remember, they parted the sea and they walked up out of Egypt. So what can that mean? He said, I'm going to send you into Egypt again with ships. Your Muslim brother that taught you about Muslims, this is where Muslim came from. The sub-Saharan slave trade.
Right.
Who had us in slavery? The Arabs.
Right.
Sub-Saharan slave trade. That's what this you got. Here you go. Here, perfect one. He has in slavery. The white man has in slavery, and the African man has in slavery. We're not African. They sold us to this. It might be somewhere here. Go right here. Here, go right here. Look. This is the African man right here. This is the Israelite man. They know who we are. You heard Nelson Mandela? All right, Mandela's an African, right? I asked yourself this question. How come Mandela, when he was alive, never said, my brothers in America, save them, you are treating them wrong? He never said that. Why? The man knew he was an African. He knew he wasn't them. Obama daddy is a Kenyan. Obama knew what his roots is. Obama knew he didn't know us. That's why Obama didn't help. What did he help us with? The damn Obama phone? Food stamps? Bruh, Chicago had Obama's presidency was some of the highest killers in Chicago ever. And that supposed to be his hometown. He didn't do nothing for his brothers over in Chicago. They still ain't doing nothing to this day. Why? Because he knows the difference between us and them. You know his mama is white and his daddy is African. You know what they call us? A kata. You know what a kata means? Cotton pickers. This is a movie called Sugar Hill. And Wesley Snipes, he was to do a deal with the African dudes. He said, he a kata. He said, what does that mean? And the dude told him cotton picker. Wesley Snipes wanted to beat the dude's ass, bro. But the movie's showing you that they know who we are. Keep reading on this. Keep reading on 68.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Our homeland We ain't gonna see no more, then keep reading.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
In the place where you go to Egypt again with ships, slave ships, where the slave ships at? Where the slave ships? We got that sign, but we know we came on, it's right here, 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 it's right here. He said, we're gonna come over here and slave. Is this not what's happening? Look, here's another thing. Check this out, check this out. Check this out. Hey, my brother. I want you to hear. My brother. Let me answer this question real quick. They call us African, right, bro? Right? Listen to this question. Listen to this right here. Now, look. If we African, right? How come on the slave sign it says Negroes for sale? They're not African for sale. Why? Because they know that we ain't no dusty Africans. They know that we're the princes and princesses of God. That's why it says that. It says Negroes for sale in Sierra Leone. Where's that at? In the west coast of Africa.
Can I say something? And
Oh,
remember when
listen.
we got those $1,200?
Yeah. $1,200 for us. $1,200 stimulus check, right?
Yeah,
So y'all seen it.
that's what I'm
You see, I
saying.
know y'all seen it, right? You see the correlation. Black Friday. You know what Black Friday means? Black Friday was the day when
When they sold us?
No, yeah, but look at the concept. Black Friday today is when you do what? You go in the store and everything is cheap, right?
Yeah.
Black Friday back then was the day that they sold the slaves for a cheaper price. That's why they called it Black Friday. Today we still doing it. Black Friday.
Out of all colors.
Out of everything they could name it, they name it that. That's what's going on. What does the Bible? The Bible said when you get to the place you're going to be result of bondmen and bondwomen. What happened to? What happened to us? I ain't going to do all the curses, but from 15 through 68, you can read all the curses that happened to us. Read verse 16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Who's cursing the city and cursing the field? Us. This ain't a curse in the field doing picking cotton. Today the Mexicans are still in the tomato field, orange field, still picking. Today, Mexican's real name is Issachar. Before that, they called them the Aztec Indian. Before that, what was they called? Issachar. So what is the Bible showing us?
Oh, okay.
We are the Israelites.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
A nation against thee from far. Where is Europe? Europe is real for here goes Spain. Okay, here goes Spain. Way, nation against thee from far.
Against thee from far.
Spain is all the way over here. West coast of Africa is all the way over here. He's going to be a nation against thee from far. Read.
From the end of the earth.
All right.
As swift as the eagle flying.
As swift as the eagle flying. The Spaniards had people say, what's Spanish symbol? Symbol of the Spaniards. It's an eagle. What's the symbol of America? Eagle. The Jamaican people, Great Britain took them into slavery. The symbol of Great Britain. It's an eagle. Say that, read that part again.
As swift as the eagle flying.
Read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. I can show you in the Bible how the so-called Puerto Ricans were on this side of the earth way before anybody else, right? So when Columbus came here, you think he was like, hey, como esta, amigo? And y'all was like, bien. Hell no, they didn't have none of that. When they came to get us, you think they said, how y'all doing? We was like, we're doing good. He said, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. When they came over, he's so-called Haitian. When they came to get him, you think they were saying, parlez-vous français? And he was like, understand? No. What language does he speak? He speaks a version of French Creole. Why? Because of France, Napoleon took his people in captivity.
We used to scream Black Power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC.